MFL Total Access, obrigado to all my brothers and sisters from Portugal. Portugal was great. They have this, that, the other thing, but one thing they don't have is MFL, and I'm glad to be back.
What was the best thing about the trip?
That's a good question. Probably the coffee. No, I'm kidding. I'd say the beaches were
The
incredible. Like
coffee wasn't good?
the one. What?
Was the coffee good?
The coffee was great. They don't know how to make iced coffee. Like that's like you're asking for like coffee with caviar, so they don't do that. But their coffee was great. Their latte was OP. Their espresso was really good. Usually I find them too bitter. The espressos were great, but the beach was awesome in Lagos. It was like when you see those movies like you swim kind of under a cave and there's like fish and stuff like that and music videos. That's exactly what it was like.
That's great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What'd you miss the most? Is
MFL baby, come on, I don't be silly.
that just an NFL shirt or is that a
Yeah,
Dolphin
NFL.
shirt
This is the second or second best league in the world.
after the MFL?
Yeah, well, of course, Terry.
Did you actually buy yourself an NFL shirt?
No, so what happened was my dad won it 5 years ago, and he was this close to winning Super Bowl tickets. This was
Wow.
for remember that it was the 50th Super Bowl. Yeah, this is the 50th Super Bowl logo, right?
The one Denver beat Carolina.
Bingo. When Cam Newton saw the fumble and just watched the ball. Yeah, yeah. So my dad he was like a trivia thing, and like there was like 20 people there, and he like lost in the final, so they gave him a shirt and says Super Bowl tickets.
How did he enroll to it?
It was random. He was like at a like casual sport or something, and they were randomly there. And I
And
was
they were giving Super Bowl tickets away,
yes, I couldn't believe it. And they gave two Super Bowl tickets away to the winner.
and he was randomly there.
Yeah, random. I think everybody else knew about it, but he was just there chilling. I don't know if he was what he was watching a
You think
basketball
he would
game or
have
a hockey game.
taken you, or would he have taken Sweet Pea?
No, he would have given it to Sweet Pea and I.
He wouldn't have won.
No, he definitely would have won.
Where
And then
was
we
the
got
Super Bowl
right away.
that year?
Sorry,
Where was the Super Bowl that year?
that was it was Denver against Carolina. You're right. It was in Miami. There's been a lot of Super Bowls in Miami.
No, it was Levi Stadium, San Fran.
San Fran, because that was a classic Super Bowl, eh? A low scoring game, but a good one.
I remember I hosted that year. 24-10, yeah.
Man,
My boy DeMarcus Ware won the Super Bowl.
preach. And Carolina was heavy favorites, eh?
5.5.
Wow. Didn't they lose like one game that year or something?
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway, let's get this show on the road. We got a lot to talk about.
Yep.
A few things. We know how like great Kevin is for the MFL, like the fields especially, and like what he does. Uh, like first huge shout out to him this past weekend. It was scorching hot. And he's there all day, right? Like some refs come for the middle of the day, half the day. Some are there all day too, but he's also there like a lot of hours before and a lot of hours after pick up the fields. So this past weekend, he had to go into work like at 3 in the morning. From 3 to 9, he had a shift. So what he did, since he wouldn't be able to have the fields done in time for the 9 a.m. kickoff, he went to the park at 1 in the morning, at Terry and Deliver Andre.
Come on, Terry.
I have pictures if you don't believe me. And he put the fields down in the dark because he texted me after. He's like, I hope the field lines are straight. And he put the field lines down in the dark to make sure that they're ready for 9 a.m. so the games don't get delayed. That's dedication right there.
Bro,
So
that's
you
insanity.
could love him, you could hate him, but without him, who knows if the MFL would be working right now.
It wouldn't. And first of all, we all love him, but that damn, that is crazy to do that and have to go to work. I hope John paid him triple this weekend. Like it only makes sense
Only in the MFL you have that.
for real.
Speaking about only in the NFL, I was talking with a few people. You know, in the MFL, you could have a non-playoff team win the championship. So all those teams that got eliminated, you're not off the hook yet. You might get the phone call. Remember that year that Red Zone didn't make the playoffs and ended up being the Div 2 champs?
Oh my gosh, that was with Mike Roy. Was that with our boy Chris Hope too? Eh?
Yes.
Why did that happen?
A team forfeited their spot. Like they didn't have enough players to show up and they're all on vacation for the next 2 weeks. So they said like, well, we can't take part in the playoffs. So we moved the first non-playoff team.
I that was it wasn't in D2.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. Good, that wasn't
I
that long
think
ago.
I think they beat Arnos in the semis and then Outlaws in the finals. So they did merit their championship because they had to beat Arnos and Outlaws.
Yes, that is true. I remember that. And Outlaws had a stacked team. I think they had Svetsna. They had I think Dave at the
I don't
time.
think they've had Svetsna in Div 2.
I can't remember
They
what.
never had Svetsna. Svetsna never played Div 2 with
Right,
Outlaws.
I think I beg to differ for something. My gut's telling me Svetsson played with Outlaws in D2.
I'll look it up afterwards.
Okay, respect. Yeah, okay, so you never know. I think Carlos was on that red zone too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just never know.
Also, we gotta get our views up because the episode with Simon was the second most viewed episode this season.
Come on, Terry.
Yeah. Maybe we should speak in French.
Well, try Portuguese. I'm maybe better at that.
Did you pick up some Portuguese for real?
Yeah, I learned pastel de nata is their main little treat. That's what we have in the
Oh,
morning.
those are good.
Or their OP, and they're
Like
really
it's
like
like a little pastry.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, but they have that like more than they have water. It's insane. Bro, it's actually really good. Like every morning we had one. And like everyone and their mother knows about
Isn't it
it
a
there.
dessert?
Yeah, it's like kind of a dessert, but you can have it like after lunch. You can kind of have it in the morning. It's like a little pie.
Also, now that the regular season is over, we spoke about it a little bit off air, but I don't know if we spoke about it like a few days ago. I don't know if it happened more because I got more people talking to me. I feel more people are talking about their stats and their accomplishments, individual accomplishments in this past season than their playoff expectations and how good, like their chance of winning the championship.
Look, a lot of people like the hardware, the individual hardware, but yeah, I feel like it's. I was talking about it with our boy Dave Dow. Great to see him back and subbing for Average Joe's and for us this weekend, Thunder Buddies. It's bananas. Like it's almost like we're dealing with babies here.
In what
Look,
sense?
well, in the sense that like people like prefer their individual awards and the team awards are great. But look, I think it's just like a matter of time before playoffs comes around. You kind of forget about those individual awards, those
Like
MVPs.
I feel if we put in an anonymous poll and we asked the MFL players a survey, would you rather win a championship where you get no stats in that finals, or you could win like a triple crown, win like three awards at the award ceremony, and you people won't know your answer. Vote anonymously. We'd have more than 50% of voters who would prefer winning three individual awards than the championship.
Do you think that's more true in the higher divisions or the lower divisions?
Honestly, all across the board, I think it's pretty consistent.
Yeah, no, I think I agree. Hopefully we're wrong. Hopefully we're wrong.
Also, the irony in that is that I feel these people that care the most about their stats and that like chase those awards are the ones that complain the most that their rating is too high afterwards and ask to get it lowered.
They can't play here, they can't play there.
Yeah, if you want to trick and you want to get you have a lower rating, if we make a mistake and we forgot to give you that touchdown, don't ask for the stat correction.
It's yeah, that's something else.
Um, Speaking about stats, it's actually important to have correct stats and accurate stats. I know a lot of people have been saying that sometimes the scorekeeper make mistakes, and trust us, from a league perspective, we also want accurate stats because our algorithm is 100% stat based, and we pull the stats to get a first draft of the ratings. So if we have incorrect stats, we have less accurate ratings, meaning we have less parity in the divisions. So it is super important, and if ever you have missed stats, don't hesitate to write to us, and we'll get that fixed like with pleasure. We're not just doing it to like make you happy. We're also doing it because on from our point of view, like we need the most accurate stats possible to have the most accurate ratings possible.
It's tough. Like I mean, it's like especially this weekend. Like Steve came in late, so DeChesney threw, and then we had to add in Steve's. So in a situation like that, like, yeah, it can be tough. But we always say if I can scorekeep, anyone can scorekeep, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And speaking about the ratings, well, now the ratings are have been ran. If ever you have any questions or you want some adjustments, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're also super transparent about our calculations, and it's actually my pleasure to talk to you about our algorithm. Um, I've talked about it at large, like in detail on a few shows in the past. I won't do that right now because we have a lot to dissect for the playoffs. But seriously, if you have any questions on how the algorithm works, why this, why that, why am I seeing this, why is that person's rating this, why is it mine this, I'll gladly explain, and you have unlimited questions that you can ask me.
Well, the more questions, the better, right?
Yeah. Well, I feel the more people understand, the less like friction they'll have. I know like in other leagues or stuff, there's like it's super top secret and they don't reveal anything, but like I'll gladly like tell you like what stat contributes what percentage in your rating. And then if you want to try to tank your rating, go ahead. Obviously, if you throw more interceptions than touchdowns, you'll have a lower quarterback rating. But are tackles as important as a pass defense or interception or a sack? Like just if you have those questions, let us know. And also like a lot of people wonder like I have a different rating per division. How does that work? Like, it's a very thought out process. And every season we're improving it, right? It's not perfect. It's only been a few years now. We have ratings, right? Um,
Mm.
Obviously, it's helped for the parity. There's been a lot closer games. There's a lot less undefeated teams, a lot fewer undefeated teams, a lot fewer winless teams in
Mm.
divisions. I feel we're getting good feedback around that. So yeah, if you have questions about any the rating, the rating algorithm, how we determine the caps for divisions, like seriously, ask away. But please by email or the MFL or the MFL. If you really want a direct message and send a question not by email, right to the MFL page on Instagram or Facebook.
They can't try and slide in your DMs
No, but you could slide in yours, and then whatever answer Willie gives you, make sure you know it's the opposite.
and triple check it. But no, honestly, the algorithm sounds cool, right? Like these are all like questions that make sense. Like you're right. Like is a tackle worth a PD and blah blah blah. And it's something that I don't understand, right? You're the mathematician, so it's I can imagine you love doing that stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember when we were working on it with John. John and I were talking about like certain things. So it's like there's also like the look back value. How many seasons in the past this year does the algorithm go check your stats, right? If you've been
Mm,
playing for 10 seasons, are you can look at all 10 seasons? Obviously not. And then if you're looking at the last 5 seasons, what weight do you attribute to each season? Obviously, the most recent season should account for more than 5 seasons ago. But how do you make them all sum to 100? Do you do like 20% each one? Do you go gradually? And I remember
mm.
there was some like theoretic formulas. I'm like, oh, this reminds me back in the my days at university, and I miss doing like this stuff. Like now it's all practical, 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 and no more like theory behind the scenes. So it's actually fun that there's a math aspect to like running the league.
Yeah. Speaking of going back in the past, I think it was Tyler that asked me this weekend about the Hall of Fame inductees because we haven't done that in a while, right? It's like every few years we do that, or like do we do that every year?
Literally every year.
Okay, I feel like we've skipped.
Literally every year. We never skipped a year. Even during COVID, there was no years that were skipped.
Okay, so wait, so last year was that the one with Finna, Andrew, and Chris Hope?
And Craig. Oh,
And Craig. Okay, got you. Okay, and it feels like it's been a long time.
yeah, no, we have not skipped a year. We did it. I'm pretty sure it's during the fall season.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, it's usually sometime in the fall. Sometimes we don't announce it in advance. We just surprise them at the field like we did last year. Other
Yeah,
times we do it at the award ceremony. Other times it depends.
yeah.
But I feel that maybe like 5 years ago it was earlier in the season, but it's always been in the fall season for the past at least 5 years, and it's always we never skipped a year.
Okay, damn. Hey, MFL's on top of the you know what?
Yep. So now that the ratings are calculated, you can make your teams for the fall season because fall registration is in full force. Same price as the spring, same divisions, same parameters. Uh, yeah,
That's awesome. And we got that 1 week break, right? August 9th we have off.
yeah. Both leagues, all three leagues,
Nice.
both
So
leagues, I meant. And we understand that playoffs are coming like right around the corner, literally. And games get heated. It's important, but it's also important you keep your cool and you stay respectful. Bring that extra water bottle to cool you down if you're really heated, and be nice.
this weekend was just absolutely bananas with the Heat. So honestly, my respect to Kevin. Bro, and the guy got 133 yards with in a Div 5 game.
Like, receiving?
Yeah, I was shocked. I saw him catch one of his post routes and he was going nuts, almost as bad as Jason with Average Joe's. But it was a sick pass from Baby Kusei to Papa Kusei, and they won that game.
Wow.
Yeah, he had 8 catches for a buck 33.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
I guess that sleepless day. Yeah. At the end of the day, we're refing the playing games. We also had a playoff game this past weekend,
Oh, shoot, good
and
call.
I forgot if it was before the game or at halftime. He's like, this is my fourth Red Bull of the day. He's like, but it doesn't account as one day because like my first one was more than 12 hours ago.
That's fair. That is fair. He's what the MFL's all about, honestly.
So let's start.
Let's
And
go.
let's start with MFL Laval. That way we'll go playoffs all the way afterwards because MFL Laval still has 1 week left of their regular season.
So yeah, MFL Laval's in full swing. Hey,
Yeah. So Villains already clinched the one spot and the lone bye. And then you have three 2-win teams, Cougars, Bandinos, Bellows. And we got a huge game coming up with Cougars facing off the Bellows this upcoming weekend.
oh wow.
And look, you still have a playoff spot up for grabs, do you? Yeah, you still
Yep.
do. Les Tornades lost by forfeit to Le Flag James. So that was huge. Because right now, the only way Les Tornades could still make it in, as they're the only team that still have a chance since Le Flag beat Grizzlies, is if Les Tornades win both of their games against Bandinos and Grizzlies, and Le Flag lose to Villains.
Oh man, was that forfeit like they didn't show up or they had a wrong sub?
They didn't show up.
Shoot.
Yeah. Very unfortunate.
And if it's a three-way tie, Grizzlies can't slither in.
If it's a three-way tie, no, because we'd look at the three-way tie, and then the first tiebreaker is forfeit, so Les Tornades will be out. Then it would be a two-way tie, and Le Flag James beat Grizzlies by one possession last weekend.
Respect. Okay, so we gotta. So yeah, to not have a chance, but man, forfeits so tough.
Yeah. Um, yeah, like look, obviously the we could say that Laval could have had two divisions right now, looking at the teams in the playoffs and outside of the playoffs, but those top five, maybe even top six teams are gonna it's gonna be a fun playoff for them.
That's true. Yeah, that one seed is obviously huge. And like you said, Cougars, Banditos, they won't have a bye, obviously, the 2 and 3, but like whoever gets that 2 seed faces the lowest remaining seed that's in the playoffs. So I think, like you said, big game between Cougars and Banditos. Seeding is huge. I know everyone loves the bye, but seeding comes in handy, especially in those first games.
It looks like the loser's most probably gonna play the Sooners 45 in the first round, and that's gonna be a tough out. Like regardless of any team that plays one of those teams, it's gonna be really tough. So like the winner of this game will guarantee to play either Pousseur de Ballon or Le Flag James, and then the loser is most probably going to play Sooners 45.
Wow, damn. Hey, talking about it. And we've seen plenty upsets in the first round of playoffs in MFL history.
Yep. So women's division is going to be on pause for the next 2 weeks because the finals is already established for August 2nd. There's no game up until then. Girls, you have time to relax, get healthy, strategize. Look, Drama Queens won 19-0 against Crazy Bees. Supernova scored a touchdown. You look at the standings and it's pure symmetry. Uh, Drama Queens undefeated, Supernova winless, and Crazy Bees won their games against Supernova, lost their games against Drama Queens, but they have a positive differential, which goes to show that the games they won, they outscored their opponent more than the games they lost.
Good call.
But we'll preview this game in depth in a few weeks.
And look, really, this past week 11, right? I know they didn't score a point, Crazy Bees, but to hold Drama Queens to 19 points is pretty impressive.
Yeah. And here, not only did they score once, but they also got the convert. Or was it a
Hey,
pick one? Yeah.
it's all about improving.
You want to make our way up? Go Division 5 and up.
Yeah, sure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So Division 5, oh man, this could have been a mess to see who was in and who was out. But thankfully, you see that red line? It wasn't
Yep.
in the middle of those 5-5 teams. Thankfully, it was under the 5
Holy,
and 5
oh
teams.
my
If,
God.
if that line was anywhere in between those five and five teams, it would have been a disaster. Looking at the standings here, there's two little things that are not correct. Well, DTS has moved up to Division 4, so
Yeah.
Slicks are your one seed, and Titans are ahead of Jungle Squad. They are playing against each other, ironically, but Titans are the home team. This is because Jungle Squad won a game by forfeit. So it's a new rule we have in since I think one season or two now. Jungle Squad won a game by forfeit. So their 201 points against are not technically in 10 games. They're in 9 games because the game they won by forfeit, they accounted for 0 points against. So in
Okay.
order to have a more fair representation of your points against, when a team wins by forfeit or they lose by forfeit, we exclude those from the points against, and
Hmm.
we calculate the points against on a per game basis. So as you can see, they had 201 in 10 games. Obviously, in 9 games, they're going to have more than the 20.3 points against per game that Titans have. You following?
Got you. Yeah, yeah, so far so good.
So uh, we have uh,
So that's 10 teams make the playoffs?
10 teams make the playoffs. There's there's two games in the first round. There's 4 rounds basically. Top six
Yeah.
get a bye. So you have the top
Yeah.
six that get a bye up until Mimosa Crew, excluding DTS. Slicks and Phoenix are awaiting their opponents. So Slicks will face the lowest remaining seed of the 9 a.m. games, and then Phoenix will face the highest remaining seed of those games. Um, Team 514 are facing off Montreal Cessnas, and Mimosa Crew are playing Big Booties. Team 514 Montreal Cessnas resulted in a no-show forfeit. They finished tied, and 514 has the tiebreaker since Cessna's forfeited, but these two teams did not play in the regular season because of that. So it's as if, everything happens for a reason. We're going to get that game that we didn't get in the regular season with a lot more uh, importance to it.
Yep.
Team
Damn.
514 without their quarterback, Mike Lesniak. I don't think they have a quarterback yet, um, but it'll be interesting to see who they could pick up. Big
Yeah.
booties are going to be missing some of their big booties
Yeah, for
in
real.
that game. Mimosa Crew, I got to applaud them, man. Losing your heart and soul and your quarterback, your leader in Curran. Hope he's doing well and recovering and making the playoffs, finishing at 5-5. That's like, how can you ask for better, eh? Like you think your quarterback gets hurt in the season, first game of the season actually, right? Was the first game?
It was either the first or the second. It was definitely early on.
And this is not a team that had like a revolving door of quarterbacks where they had like multiple guys coming in, coming out, right?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, first game,
Wow,
and
good call.
have someone just step up, and I think it was Justin, and leading this team to a 5-5 record, playoff spot. Like you have my respect, and they have a good chance of upsetting Big Booties, considering who Big Booties are missing in this one, eh?
And you got to respect them staying within the core, right? Sometimes like teams could go out and get a quarterback from either another division or someone they know, but to be able to stick with someone who was on the alma mater crew is even more impressive.
Okay, let's talk about those 9 a.m. games now. The Hive, big assets. Who do you got?
I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game, a game that may come down to converts. And I think what's gonna be important in this game is whoever scores first. It may be like I said, points coming out of premium. Don't stress, let it happen. We do have a long game here, but my gut's telling me big assets win this game. I'm gonna go big assets, 19-18.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going big assets.
I have the Hive 21-20.
Did you actually have that like
Yeah,
before?
yeah. When you were saying low scoring, I was agreeing with what you were saying. Although 20 points in Division 5 for both teams is not that low scoring, so I was
True.
like medium scoring, especially since they're getting a couple of converts. But yeah, I got the Hive 21-20.
Okay, nice. Now that's bright and early. Make sure you bring your
Yeah,
coffee for that one.
like I'd say in the upset, but all these teams finished 5-5.
That is true. I mean, okay, so yeah, just so the home team gets the automatically win of the
Yeah,
coin toss, right?
no coin toss. Home team gets to choose.
Okay, so they don't get to choose head or tails because that would be such a big advantage, right?
Yeah, which is the case in FPF.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we don't talk about that league, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Um, what was I gonna say? And oh yeah, just to clarify, deferring is not a choice. The rule book clearly states your options are choose starting on offense, starting on defense, or choosing which side you want to defend first. You cannot defer your choice. You have to choose something. And then there's another rule that says a team who starts the ball on offense cannot start with the ball on offense twice.
Okay,
So
I was just gonna ask because we had Trench Babies ask about that.
ask about what?
Trench Babies. It was Trench Babies against Tropic Thunder, and I think our boy Rob White, Fine Wine, had messed up in his wording. And like you said, in other leagues, they would say maybe that Trench Babies would start with the ball on offense in both halves, but Rob was quick to say like it doesn't happen in the MFL,
Yeah, that doesn't happen. Like the rule literally says you cannot start the ball in both halves,
which makes sense.
which makes 100% sense. And then that's why
Yeah,
there's no deferring. Like it's very simple language. You won the toss, or you're the home team in the playoffs.
yeah.
You want to start an offense in the first half or in the second half?
Mm-hmm. Some ways it's just simple. Kiss, baby, kiss.
Yeah. Jungle Squad Titans. You went first before, so I'll go first. I got the Titans winning this one. I think it's going to be a very, very close game, but something just tells me in the second half, Titans are going to get that go-ahead touchdown, maybe get that key stop. And as I'm saying this, the more I'm feeling less and less confident in my pick because I could see it blowing up in my face how it's done in the past.
I say Titans will either this game will be at least a 19-point game. Either Titans are going to win this game by at least 19, or
So,
they're going to lose this game by at least 19. That's where the Titans roll, man. You flip a coin, you kind of like Raw Sauce. You see which Raw Sauce team you're going to get. Titans this year, look, at least they made the playoffs, 5-5. Could they have done better? I think so. My gut, unfortunately, is stuck with yours on this one. I'm going to go Titans win this game as well. I'm going to go 27-6. Titans win this game by 21. And the Titans continue to impress, at least for the early part of the playoff season. Because this team, I think on paper, they are the better team. I think they should win this game. But when things implode for them, they implode. But I don't think it's going to happen in this game. Give me Titans by a lot.
I think Jungle Squad are a better team than that. Let's like, give some respect. Jungle Squad are your defending champions in Division 5, right? They're not going to go out without a fight. They're not going to lose a game by 21 points.
Hey, use that as motivation, baby. Let's go, Jungle.
Goldrick just lost his Division 4 play-in game.
Yes.
He still has Action Squad in Division 3, but this is his lone team where he's remaining as the quarterback right now. He's going to fight to the end.
I definitely agree. If anyone fights to the answer, Buddy Gold.
Cessna's 514. You go first.
I got to go Cessnas here. I think the unknown of quarterback situation here for Team 514. They're going to get someone from their team. Are they going to get a sub? Which sub are they going to be allowed? And I just think the connection now that MTL Cessnas have, they seem to be rolling. And this is a tight unit. I think like everyone kind of knows their role. They're good on both sides of the football. We have, D'Amico that's improving at the quarterback position, and I can't take a team where I don't know who's going to quarterback against a quarterback that continues to improve for MTL Cessnas. I'm going to go Cessnas win this game. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think it'll be fairly close, but I'm going to go 25-19 here for MTL, and they advance.
As much as I hate agreeing with you, I also got MTL Cessna's winning this one. I could see Milan running all over this 5-1-4 defense. Um, what was your score prediction?
I said 25 something else. I think I said 25-19.
Okay, I got a 24-18 win.
Tight one. Tight one. I'm curious yeah, because the Lesniak not only is the quarterback but a leader of this team too, right? The vocal leader.
Well,
The
that's got Fred, who's a great all-around player.
It's true.
Uh, so Mimosa Crew Big Booties. I literally changed my pick while you were talking about the Cessna's 5-1-4 game. Look, initially I had Mimosa Crew winning this one, and not even close. But the more I thought about it, and the more like I actually wanted to like I don't know analyze the strengths of each team. Like Jorge made a lot huge strides this year at the quarterback position, and that was while Max was there or not there. And I believe he pulls through in this game without Max being there, and he shows us that he can what he's really made of. And this is his kind of like breakout game and gets a playoff win for the Big Booties.
I like that. I think it's gonna be. I think of the four games in Div 5 this week, this is probably the toughest one to
There's
predict.
actually two more games this
Yeah,
week.
the four that we know about, I'd say the
Yeah,
four that we know about because we have a few teams on standby, right?
yeah, yeah.
And do we know what time those games are going to be at? Or I guess not
At
really.
10:30. You guess
Oh,
what?
all at the same time.
What are you gonna say? You guess what?
Oh, I said, or not really, but we do know what time the games
Well,
are.
we'd kind of have to know what time the games are gonna be. If a team wins, we gotta tell them what time they're playing at next.
Yeah, well, sometimes you flip a coin, you never know what happens. But yes, that does make a little bit of sense. I think this can be a close game. This is the toughest one, like I said, for me to predict. Look, Max is not only the best player on this team, he's also the coach of this team and a leader. And I really love what Mimosa Crew has done. Curran not being there, obviously, if he was there, I think they would have had a better record being the star quarterback of this team. I think right now you're almost playing with house money for Mimosa Crew. They maybe exceeded expectations with making the playoffs and going 500 this season. Max not being there, man. I'm putting all my money on Mimosa Crew in this one. I think Mimosa Crew wins this game. I think it's tight. I'm gonna go 20-19 in overtime. Mimosa Crew gets the 1 point. Big Booties go for one to extend it. Don't get it. Mimosa Crew advances.
I'm glad we got a different pick, but we almost had the same score. I don't think I said my score, but my score was 19-18. Big Booties.
Yeah, no, it's this is getting scary. I'm glad we have a different pick here.
Division 4?
Yeah, so I guess we won't talk about what's potentially happening because we don't know what's
Yeah,
going to
no.
happen. Yeah,
But I would say that, go back quickly. I would say that if the Hive win, you have big assets winning. So like if I have the Hive winning, they'd play Slicks. You have big assets winning, so they would play Phoenix. Um, yeah, I was gonna say that whichever team wins this game, I feel are gonna be a scary matchup. Same could be said about Jungle Squad Titans, but
Mhm.
yeah. Look, you have that extra rest, but you also have a team that it depends. Like if it's scorching hot,
Yeah,
uh, like they're not gonna want to play the second game back to back. But at the same time, they might have that momentum coming after their win.
sometimes that buys a killer. You never know.
So Division 4, it was bananas because we only found out at 4:30 p.m. which teams were gonna play in the play-in, right? Um, wait, that's not it.
And that was a crazy game too. Low scoring,
So,
but back and forth one.
so before the day, there were seven teams that could have ended up playing in that play-in game. By 4:30, everything was locked up. We had underdogs, a squad. It's as if neither team wanted to score. Um, when underdogs converted on that 1 point convert, Quinton to Matias, in my head, I'm like, this might be the difference in the game because points are so hard to get right now. Um, it did end up actually being the difference in the game. Underdog scoring one touchdown more than a squad. That was the difference in the game. Look, it was a hard, tough battle. We had the crowd there. It was literally a playoff game. Well, which it was like legitimately, but it really actually felt like a playoff game,
Yeah.
even though it was played on the same day as a regular season week.
100%. This was like a hard-nosed, gritty, old school game. Yards were coming at a premium, points were coming at a premium. And look, you talk about this game. Quinton didn't have his best game, throwing three interceptions, but he had ice in his veins, right? And when his number was called, he made the play. They went down the field, scored, and that was enough to score with very little time left, I believe. Yeah, 6 seconds. So it kind of gave. I think they had three plays, A squad when they got the ball back. Look, it's not how you
Oh
start the
man,
game.
You saw
Sorry?
those last three. You saw those last three plays.
Shoot, we saw two drops, and then that last play was actually fairly close, right? That the double quarterback and heave to almost made it to the end zone was closer than I thought.
Yeah, but you'd think if those two drops aren't dropped, they get an extra 10 yards at the very least, maybe 15 if you make the guy miss on the last one. And then that Hail Mary is like the prayer. You don't have to say the full prayer, right?
Yeah, it's Hail Mary full of, and then you kind of leave it. But that was kind of how this game, turned out. Drops, miscommunications on offense. But credit to underdogs, man. It wasn't a pretty game, but they did their job and they advanced in the playoffs.
You saw some of Eddie Kitt's running back stats.
That's 8 through 14. Wow, that's Joff written all over it. Hey, but to be honest, he was making catches and the defenders were right. Like it was A squad's defense wasn't missing flags. Like no one was
Yeah,
missing a flag in this game. Everyone was straps on defense.
yeah. So now we have a never ever in the MFL where a team from another division will be facing off against a team in a higher division. And we spoke about it earlier, how we thought DTS would manage in Division 4, right? We remember we spoke about it when it was announced that they'd be moving up, and we
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
I think I favored them a little more. Like I think I said if they had they played in this division, they probably would have finished fourth or fifth was my guess. They're going to slide in at the five spot. I said maybe there's only like two or three teams better than them. You kind of gave more credit to the teams that played in Division 4, and you said maybe you had them like a playoff team, but a lower end playoff team, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, yeah.
When I saw the matchups this weekend, I feel there could not have been a better matchup for DTS in this first round of the playoffs. They're playing against the literal opposites of them. They're young, they're athletic, they're naive,
In a
they're a
good
little.
way.
I've heard they're a little cocky in a nice way, not nothing negative, and they're playing against experience.
Like you said, complete opposite.
Yeah, we were
Um,
talking about the algorithm and the ratings a few during the intro. We actually have an old age factor in the algorithm for a team like Mustard Tigers.
I mean, no, that totally makes sense. I mean, it would not make sense to not have that algorithm there for them. Um, you didn't give your score prediction. I think you said on paper maybe
I didn't give
DTS
my
has
score
this.
prediction. I didn't even say who I thought was winning.
Yeah, that's true. So you did neither of the two. Man, I'm of the old mindset, Terry, that chemistry and that experience usually wins games. I think that if in this game, if DTS were playing on their knees, they'd still be quicker than Mustard Tigers running on their feet and their legs. But I do give Mustard Tigers the edge in this one. I think that they have the
It's
chemistry here.
hard to move in the MFL when you're on your knees because you can't really like advance.
Yeah,
You're
well,
down.
it's true. Yeah,
It's
that
like
is true.
NCAA rules.
The dip is also excluded. But no, like I'm saying, there's so DTS would find a way. They're so quick. I don't know. I think Mustard Tigers pull away with this game, Terry. I think that they've underachieved in seasons past, and I think it's about time that they go and they put their money where their mouth is. This should be a game where they melt the clock. You talk about keeping Patrick Mahomes on the sideline, keep the
That's a nice
DTS
compliment
off.
for Matthew, the quarterback of DTS, comparing him to
Well,
Patrick
there you go.
Mahomes.
Where you got to keep that the high scoring and quick offense off the sideline. I think that's what Mustard Tigers does. I think they go kind of nickel and dime up the field, and I think that may frustrate DTS. So I'm gonna go Mustard Tigers. I'm gonna go 25-24 for the old buggers in this one.
They also remind me a bit of you. It's Matthew Lazarus to Yanni connection, Greek to Greek, just like Thunder Buddies, where you have the Greek quarterback throwing to the Greek receiver.
Let's get it, baby.
Um, I got DTS in this one, and I have a bit of insider information. I don't think it's going to be a close one.
Bro, yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't know, but hey, I'm trusting my gut. I don't need no information, no XYOs, no logistics. Trusting my gut in this.
Look, they won't win by the margin they've been used to winning in Division 5, so they will face some adversity. Mustard Tigers have usually played well and exceeded expectations in the playoffs, and they kind of die out in the finals usually, I feel. But in this one, I got DTS winning 26 to 12.
Damn, big point spread there. All right, I like it. Let's see what happens.
Bandits Beer Hood. Remember that long message that we had and we got the show with the most comments ever this season?
Yep.
It was following that game. So I'm not talking to any team in particular. Both teams just be nice. Be nice. Be nice to each other. Be nice to your teammates. Be nice to the officials. And play hard. Play to
Yep.
win. The rest, let your game do the talking.
Look, it's gonna be emotional, right? It's emotional in any division, especially when it comes to playoffs. But hopefully, team learned their lesson, and I think we're gonna have a lot to discuss after this game because I really do expect this game to be full of fireworks.
Yeah. So they faced off in the regular season, and it was a close game up until I think, yeah, Bandits were down one score, driving for the game-tying touchdown, and it was a pick six. So it seems like it was not that close given the score,
Hmm.
but it was a 7 point game, and then with under a minute, there was a pick six on fourth down, which is a little more excusable because like you're gonna force it on fourth down. You're not gonna keep it and take the sack, right? You're gonna try to give someone a chance. But look, these teams are very, very different. Like they couldn't be more different teams. Matt loves to drive the field, take his time, uh, those little short plays, kind of like the way like Thunder Buddies play or Raw plays, how Steve usually plays. And Beer Hood are flashy, they're explosive, they love to go deep. They score on 40 bombs, they score on pick sixes. So it's going to be a good atmosphere to see those two opposite teams go at it this weekend.
Well, look, crazy Terry. I think it was three pick sixes in this game, right? If I'm not mistaken, Matt threw three. I think all three of them went to the house. So like you got to think that's not going to happen in this game. I don't know if that's. Oh, no, I think Jason once had threw. It was like four pick sixes against nice TDs. Demario got like three of them.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I remember that game, but look, you got to think in this game that look, Matt may throw three interceptions. It may not all be for pick sixes, but you're right. These are two completely different teams, and I just think that Beerhood. I don't think the type of team that comes in overconfident, but I wouldn't read too much into that first matchup because like that's an extreme rarity. But I do expect this game to be close, and I expect this to be actually the best game in D4 this weekend.
Well, look, I don't agree with you. I think Beerhood are the type of team to maybe come in too confident, but given that they lost the last week of the regular season to Alouettes and got shut out 18 to nothing, I think
Yeah.
that's a blessing in disguise for them. Because I think had they not lost that game, they maybe would have came in too confident, and it maybe would have affected early in the game. Maybe not throughout the whole game. They maybe would have got their you know what back together. But having lost 18 nothing against Alouettes, who are a very good team, but scoring 0 points, as I think one of the leading offenses, if not the best offense in the league.
Yeah, I was talking to Rob White after that game, and he was like, "Yeah, we just shut them out. I couldn't believe it. Our D just played well. A bit of a few miscommunications for the
Yeah.
Beerhood offense, but
Second
you
best
never
offense
showed."
in the league, and they got shut out. So I think that's going to help them like actually focus in this game and put a game plan. I could be wrong, but I feel losing a game later in the season makes me better going to the playoffs than having my head not fit through the door otherwise.
Drysdale. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with this game. I think Beerhood pull it off again. 32-26. Beerhood advance.
Did I make my call?
Nah, no, you're very late at making your calls today.
I can see Bandits winning, but I I I, I think this game ends differently than it did last time. Bandits are going to have the lead, and Beerhood are going to be driving, and they're going to score on the last play of the game to take the lead 30 to 26.
Damn. Last play heroics.
Yep.
Only in the playoffs, baby.
So we did two matchups in Division 4. We got two left to go. Since there's 8 teams, it's simple 1-8, 2-7, 3-6, 4-5, with DTS getting the 5 seed. Alouettes, Les Bouchers.
Wait, say that again.
Which part?
The it went to eight.
1 versus 8,
Yeah.
2 versus 7,
Yeah, but DTS got what seed?
5.
So what happened
DTS,
with Bandit?
DTS the 5 seed, Bandits go to 6, Alouettes go to 7, and Underdog won the play-in against A Squad, and they remain 8.
Oh, got you. Okay, respect.
What would have happened to Bandits? They wouldn't have slingshotted to the 1 seed.
Yeah, I think they would have slipped out of the playoff spot.
So Alouettes, Les Bouchers, do they face off in the regular season?
I think Leboucher heading in is pretty heavy favorites in this one.
They did not.
No.
So lots of unknown here. Um, got Jonathan Woodley, who joined the season with 5 games remaining and finished top receiver on the team. He has some chemistry with Rob. Even on defense, he has 8 picks through 5 games. Definitely the X factor of this game, I would say.
Oh, I've seen him play a few times, and he's got a good all-around game, right? He's got speed. I think he tracks the ball really well.
You've actually seen him
Um,
play?
sorry?
You've actually seen him play for real, or you're
No, I have. He's
okay?
for Laval, no?
Sorry?
Like he reffed MFL Laval and played MFL Montreal.
Yeah, but you never showed up to MFL, so how would you know that?
because you told me he refs.
Okay. No, but I'm curious
Yes,
if you
I'm
actually
not
saw it.
talking about Terry. I have seen
Okay.
him play, and he's a pretty good
Okay, okay.
player.
Um, Speaking of X Factor, though,
Mm,
on the other side, um, we got Baby Maynard as the X Factor for Lee Boucher. I think leading the division with 17 touchdowns
holy cow, that's over three a game, Terry.
in 5 games. That's what makes it so impressive. People get 17 touchdowns on the season, they're happy. He
For
got it through
real.
5 games.
Well, the question
That's
is, will he
nuts.
be there?
That's a great question.
Yep,
Les Boucher, oh, this is almost like a rematch because Les Boucher don't play in the fall. They last played last spring, Division 4. What happened to them
correct.
in the spring in Division 4
Lee
last?
Boucher, did they make it to the finals?
Yes. Did
And
they
they
win the
lost.
finals? No,
No.
they lost. Who did they lose to?
Les Boucher. Wasn't Ben.
No.
Was it? Oh, was Rob White?
They lost to Rob Boyd in the finals.
What team was that?
Tropic Thunder.
Good call.
And Robert was the MVP of that game at the quarterback position. So Les Boucher have a chance to kind of avenge that win. That's great analysis, eh?
That's great stuff.
Yeah.
It's almost like I told you
Sometimes the memory
off
serves
air.
me right, eh?
Yeah, good.
Um, so yeah, who do you got in this game? You said it wasn't gonna be close?
The question is about Elisa. Can the Alouettes defense slow down Les Boucher because they're scoring against almost 30 points a game? Div 4, that's pretty good. You look at Les Boucher, the last two games this past weekend, I think they've been putting up points like the Oklahoma Sooners when it comes to college football. This is tough. I think Rob White keeps these Alouettes in the game, but I think Leibouche's offense are a bit too strong for them to handle. I'm gonna go Leibouche put up 30 plus, Alouettes put up. I'm gonna go 31-19 Leibouche, Terry. Even though our boy Rob White is playing,
31-19.
yeah, 31-19. I think Leibouche's offense are gonna score early and often.
Look, you brought an interesting fact. You said Baby Maynard might not be there, only having played 5 games on the season. I was going back and forth at this game, and I think that's my deciding factor. The unknown of what lineup shows up for Les Boucher. They've had games where they're missing players, but we know Rob White's going to show up. We know Jonathan Woods is going to show up, and because of that, I'm going at 1 point win, 21-20, Alouette on the upset.
Damn, respect. I like that. I like that a lot.
And now we got David against the Goliath, Spartans against underdogs, the 1 versus the 9 seed who won the playoff game, who are now the 8 seed.
I think this point spread in this game should be a lot closer than people may write it, when in Las Vegas may write it out to be.
Why do you say that?
I think Spartans are favored in this game, and I think they played early on in the season, or I think they actually played each other recently, if I'm not
Spartans
mistaken.
giving up only 13 and a half points a game. That's crazy. Um, Scoring an average 4 touchdowns.
35-6. Holy cow! I can't see.
I believe Quinton was injured in that game and he didn't play.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say because that was when.
Oh no,
Oh
he
no, he
did play.
was. I guess he was injured. Look, I guess it was coming off him nursing the injury. I can't see back-to-back games where Quinton doesn't put up a high scoring, or I'd say decently high scoring game for his team. I think right now underdogs are winning the playing game. Spartans was the team I had winning the championship when you asked me early on in the season. So I think a lot of the
Yeah.
pressure is on Spartans. Um, Look, I think Vegas is maybe having this as like a 16 and a half point spread in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm taking underdogs covering the spread. That's for
yeah,
sure.
that's what I mean. I mean, look, they win this game by 29 points. I don't expect it to be a similar type of game. I do expect Spartans to score. I think that underdogs will score as well. I think this game will be close up into the later part in the game. I just think from top to bottom, those Spartans are one of the best, if not the best team in this division. They got JF killing it at the quarterback position. I think they're going to be too much for underdogs to handle, but I don't think it's going to be that much of a blowout here. I'm gonna go 32-24 in this one for Spartans.
Look, I think that playing game is the best thing that could have happened to underdogs. Obviously, you want to play the
Mhm.
fewest amount of games to win the championship, but Quinton threw 3 picks in that game. He had thrown 4 all season. Quinton has been tremendous at protecting the football for a young and new quarterback. which is really rare. 22 touchdowns to 4 interceptions on the season. That's an insane touchdown interception ratio. And maybe he had a bit of playoff jitters that first week, right? He had already played a game at quarterback during the day. Did he play quarterback earlier in the day?
Yeah, it was that's when Ghislain got injured, I believe.
No, no. Wait, did they just play against each other this past weekend? Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, it was okay. Right, good
Yeah.
call.
So he did play quarterback earlier in the day. He had a game with Arnold's. Or he had 2 games with Arnold's that day. Did he play both games with Arnold's?
Yes, you played four.
So this was his fourth game of the day.
Yeah.
Maybe a little stress. First playoff game at the quarterback. It's not the same thing as when you just show up as a receiver. You got to ball out. It's a lot easier, stress level wise, I'd say, to control to control what you got to control. At the quarterback, it's tough, right? You win the game, it's thanks to the team. You lose the game, it's because of you. It's always been like that. It's going to continue to be like that. And he got the W at the end of the day. So I don't think he goes another game where he throws that many interceptions,
Hmm.
and that's going to be crucial here. Because look, in this game, he didn't throw any, and they still lost by 29. So that's super important. He cannot turn the ball over, and we're making fun of Simon only getting 2 yards every catch in that game, but all he needs is three. If he gets 3 yards a catch each down, you'll get first downs. You'll advance the football and keep it simple. Like Simone's going to be a great coach in that huddle. He's played important playoff games before. He's upset great teams, and take off and run. Don't lower the shoulder when you run. Keep the shoulders up, but
Yeah.
take off and run. And you don't need to force the ball deep. I know it's flashy, it's fun, it's nice, it's exciting. But look, it's a playoff game. You're the 8 seed. You're playing against the 1 seed.
Hmm.
You're gonna need a bit of luck on your side, and you're gonna need to not make any mistakes. Now, on the
Yeah.
other hand, go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm curious to see how underdogs play Alec Goff, right? Like one of the arguably the best receiver in this division, plays Div One. Um, like, do you have Quentin in front of him the whole game? What do you just say? They have athletes, right? Underdogs have athletes, so I'm curious to see how they game plan for Alec.
Yeah. So look, like looking at it on the other side, how many points did underdogs average on the season? 21. So look, the same can't be said about GF who threw 19 interceptions this year, right? Like
Hmm.
GF does turn the ball over. He does make mistakes. Underdogs need to capitalize on those mistakes. They gotta stay patient. The mistakes can happen. I don't know if GF threw many pickless games this season. Obviously, he had his defense bailing him out, and he scores a lot of points. So that helps, even if you're
Yeah.
turning the ball over, right? He could do damage through with his legs. 6 touchdowns there, 36 total touchdowns on the year, almost 2,000 yards. So, but if you're the underdogs team, you want that low scoring game, right? You don't want the game to be a shootout. You don't want it to get out of hand. And like you said, shutting down Alec Gregoire is the key in this game from the defense side of the ball, and being patient, waiting for that mistake to happen, and capitalizing on that mistake. Um, that being said, though, after watching underdogs last weekend and seeing Spartans how their season played out, I don't think underdogs are gonna have an answer for Spartans. I have the Spartans winning this one 31-19.
12 points. Yeah. So
What
okay. So
was
at least underdogs cover the spread, right?
it's the imaginary spread you just made up, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna be happy with that. Yeah, I think it's it's gonna depend how because look, like you said, Spartans are gonna score. It just depends how underdogs answer.
What was your score prediction?
I said what did I say? I said 32-24, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's some quality matchups in Div 4.
Same can be said about Division 3, man.
Good call. Good call.
I was looking at the matchups and I'm like, literally anyone could beat anyone over here.
I
You got
love all the
four
games at the
freaking good
same time. That's
games.
pretty cool.
It's cool, but it's also easy to avoid team conflicts if everyone in the same division is playing at the same time. You can't have a conflict with another team in the same division.
That'd be difficult. You are right.
Although I wouldn't rule it out in the MFL.
Hey, gee, you never know. You just never know.
So, Laval Drama Club. Who do you think's happier in this matchup looking at who they're facing off against? Do you think Drama Club is because there's no easy matchup, right? But obviously people maybe had preferences. Do you think Drama Club's like, yes, we're playing Loud, or do you think Loud's happy to play Drama Club? Do you think one's more scared of the other?
No, I think that Drama Club being a one seed, that's a tough eight matchup you got, right? And we played Lao this weekend. It was a good game, but we look, everyone was it was a hot game. Hopefully, Dave St. Jean is okay. We know he was able to finish off the game against us, but I don't think Laval is your typical eight seed, right? I mean, defensively, they made some good plays. I think we got stopped on our first drive of the game against them, and like Drama Club is the better overall team. They have the experience and the chemistry, and
And the
they're a team
stats. They got the stats.
I think. Oh yeah, I think I got the stats, of course. And it's gonna be a tough one for Lau. I don't expect Lau to pull off the upset, but I think if you're talking about 1-8 matchups in any division, I think this is kind of the best and best chance the eight seed has of upsetting a one seed.
So I think Dave St. Jean had a plan. He knew all along these teams were going to face off in the first round, so he did the opposite of what he would normally do in this game. He didn't throw for 100 yards. He didn't. He threw three interceptions. He only rushed 7 times for 29 yards. He's like, I'm not going to reveal any of my cards here, so I could save it for the playoffs.
To do it right, not having a best game. Drama comes in with their big heads, like you said. Oh, it's going to be an easy game, won by 21. Playoffs, different story, man.
Yeah, I do think Drama Club is going to be locked in, and they won't come in with their big head, even though they do have big heads. But they will be focused. And look, as much as I want it to be a close game, I could see it being another blowout. I could see this game being the least closest game of the weekend, at
All
least in
that being
Division Three.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All that being said, I know I said Loud are a pretty good eight seed and a Cinderella eight seed. I just think Drama Club right now are clicking on all cylinders, and yeah, I don't want to say forget about everything I said at the beginning, but I'm gonna go Drama Club by 15.
I'm going Drama Club by 18. I think they're doubling up. I got a
Well,
36-18 final score.
I got 33-18. Good stuff.
Iron Trollers Thunder Buddies. Speaking about like not having a good matchup, like Thunder Buddies finished second, they match up against Trollers. I think that even him you finished third. Well, you know what your your reward is? Play against Action Squad, who won
Real.
like five of their last 6 games or something. Um, yeah, so us against Trollers. I don't know if you want to preview it.
Well, look, we know that Evans won't be there, right? We know Lesniak and Max also won't be there. I mean, there's no excuse for missing MFL playoffs, so I don't know what's up with them. But look,
Seriously,
we don't know. You don't know who's going to quarterback for Iron Trollers. I assume they'll get a sub unless Josh Levine wants to show his Drake May arm. I don't think that'll happen. But look, a lot of unknowns here about Iron Trollers. When we played them in the regular season, I think it was a one possession game,
it was a
and
fun game.
it was a fun game. And look, obviously, Iron Trolls are missing a few of basically their main pieces that they had in that game. I think it's, maybe the unknown of who's going to quarterback is an advantage for them, right? Because we don't know what to do. We don't know what to prepare for. If it's John playing quarterback, we just know we're going to double rush the whole game because he could run a lot, but now we don't know who's going to quarterback. So I do expect this to be a good game. And it is one of those other games of a lot of unknowns. And you have both teams on both expect the close matchup.
Well said. Really well
Thank
said.
you.
Action Squad Him You. They faced off pretty recently, did they? Yes. 36-32 final score. Action Squad won that one. I believe it was a Shamika pick six at the
Yes.
end of the game. Uh, yeah, with a minute and a half remaining. And I mean, Him You still had a minute to drive. And I would have put my money that they would have scored, and then they did not score. Action Squad were down big in this one, 20-8. Was that the biggest deficit? 20-8. Yeah. And then they made it 20-14. So I don't think they could. Starting off down 12 points at half is a good strategy. I doubt it works again against him. Um, this is actually the only game I think him you lost with Joey and Hinsley and James in the lineup.
Right, that's true. And insider information, Hemu will not be a full roster in this game.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
And and
it,
what was I gonna say? Well, when I saw this matchup, I'm like, these are two of the most dangerous teams in the division. Like two of the teams that I want to face the least. And I'm like, that's actually like a blessing in disguise that one of them is gonna be eliminated after the first round.
yeah, for real. Like this could be like a championship game, right? Definitely could have been if
Literally. Yeah.
the standings wouldn't have played out how they would. I expect a very similar game. I expect a high scoring game. I expect a one possession game. And look, you talk about ballers on both sides of the ball. Justin White playing Div 1, James Langshaw playing Div 1, Joey Nataro playing in Div 1, Hinsley as well, a new addition for the Outlaws. Sharmika's just been killing it on every team she's on. She continues to get better. And Avery, too, being, obviously a receiver for the Raccoons in Division 1, but he can make his case for being a quarterback in Division 1, too. I expect this to be one of the more fun games of the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Even though Him U will be a little undermanned in this one, they got the talent. I'm sure they're going to have a good sub or two to be able to try and compensate for the players they're missing. It's going to come down to converts. I'm going to go Him U pulls off. I don't want to say the upset because they are the higher seed. So I'm going to go Him U pulls off the victory 34-32 in a really good game.
Well, just to clarify, you can't really get subs, right, in the playoffs, unless you're fewer than six players.
Right. Okay. So if six or more, you can. But if you're
If you, yeah,
five,
yeah.
got you.
So don't like lead them to a forfeit right now if that's what you're
Yeah.
trying
Well,
to
no,
do.
that was my plan. So we don't have to play them in the playoffs. Yes, but boy, if you guys are six, you can't get a sub.
Yeah. I got a very close game. I have a very, very close game. And honestly, I see it ending in the same way, but for the other team. I can see Action Squad driving late in the game and him you getting the go-ahead pick six to win it.
Oh, and you gets it done.
And him you gets it done 32-26. Is that what you said? What did you say the score?
I said 34-32.
Okay. 34. That's close.
Should be a good one
That's close.
for
Because here
reals.
before the pick six.
Like
Yeah,
Shamik saved them, right? Because you has the ball
they
up late in the
score, they're
game.
up eight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trench Babies Witching Hour. This too is going to be fireworks. Both these teams finished 6-4. Um, Similar differential. Trench Babies have been on a tear since changing quarterbacks right now.
Yeah.
Witching Hour have had a little bit of roster inconsistency with the players that have been there, a few injuries. Um, I know they'll be a little shorthanded. I believe they did play. Yes, they played during the regular season, and Witching Hour did win that one 25-12. It was with Tristan at quarterback, and neither Geoffroy, neither JS at quarterback. So we're going to see two new quarterbacks in this game here this coming Saturday. Um, yeah, who do you got?
Look for I saw Trench Babies play this past weekend. Can you pull up the stats against Tropic Thunder for the Trench Babies Tropic Thunder game? Thanks. The game seemed to be a little bit closer than what I thought. But it was the first time I've seen because we with Thunder Buddies we played against Trench Babies. I wasn't there, but Joe Fry is slippery man. I know he had only 8 rushing yards in this game, but he's a guy that can take it to the house on every single play. And just like you said, the unknown of Witching Hour, Tristan, unfortunately, not going to be playing in this game, probably out for the season. And just the inconsistencies that they've been dealing with throughout the season. I just trust Trench Babies more in this game. I'm going to go with them. I say that they score early and often. I think Witching Hour will keep it close, but I see Trench Babies pulling away late. I'm gonna go 28-20 Trench Babies.
2020. And let's shout out Dom LeBlanc's 5 sacks in this game.
Yeah, it was all over Rob.
You said something. Yeah, what's Tristan's injury?
Tristan, I think it was his hamstring.
Oh shit, that one really sucks. Wishing him a speedy recovery. And Trent Reeves have an ex-teammate of yours, Chichi, right?
Exactly, yeah. We actually had some sideline toe drag swag catches. He was
Yeah,
making contested catches. Yeah, no, he's got length too.
yeah. I also got Trent Reeves in this one. 33-26.
Like, we got 4 quality matches, man, in Div 3 this weekend. I know I just said that about Div 4, but I think it's true.
Did we make the same picks all across the board?
Let's see. Are we at Drama Club? Well, Thunder Buddies Trolls we don't pick. Him, you. Yeah, we did.
So if everything we're saying is correct, we would play him, you, and Trench would play drama. But the
Trench.
games get played on the field, and what Terry and Will say have no importance.
Completely irrelevant.
Division 2.
Let's go.
I got a good bold prediction. Because I don't know if you noticed, we haven't been doing bold predictions when you weren't there. I kept it as like
Yeah,
a
I know.
Terry and
It's
Willie thing.
ridiculous. I've been going to the last 2 minutes to see, and you guys
No,
haven't done.
I gotta keep it. It's our thing, I gotta keep it special.
Yeah, okay, respect, respect.
Raw sauce TDs, double dippers, average Joes.
Yeah,
Um, I hate to say it, but I think neither game's gonna be close.
really.
Yeah.
No, I have that sentiment about one of the games, which is probably the one you'd expect. Um, no, I think Double Dippers Average Joe's could be a classic game. I really do.
Look, double dippers played two great games this past weekend to squeeze into the playoffs, scoring 92 points. They just double dipped. So after that, it
It's the numbers,
sucks.
eh? The math.
Yeah, it's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, you know?
I don't know, man. Like we talked about before, there's motivation going into the playoffs after putting up a donut and not playing well.
Well,
So there's
sorry to
something.
cut you off, but speaking about motivation, Eric sent us some great motivating videos in our chat that we have. Maybe you should share those with the team to motivate them.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's there's nothing like motivation before a playoff game, and Eric's the guy to be doing that stuff. But look, Terry, double dippers scoring 40 points and 52. That's an average of 46 points a game. There's something to be said about going into the playoffs hot. And right now, this offense and Dave Bisson are scorching.
Dave Brisson is I want to see him play Division One. I honestly want to see. He's been moving up the ranks, and he's showing that he could toss it with the big fellas. And going toe to toe with Steve this past weekend, and being 10 seconds away from a win, and not really doing anything wrong in that game, right? He literally did everything right. Just goes to show I think he's ready to play in Division One.
That game was a classic, and I was telling the guys after the game that double dippers, no one deserved to lose that game. So I'm happy they were able to pull through and beat Average Joe's and squeeze into the playoffs.
So, what are your score predictions?
Okay, so let's stick with double dip Average Joe's first. I am going. Man, okay, I'm not gonna ask who you're going for, who you're picking in that game. I guess I know based on what you said. But I'm telling you, Terry, I think this may be an absolute classic game. I'm gonna go. This game is 36-36 heading into overtime. Double Dippers start with the ball. They go for one. Stanley gets a sack on Dave Bisson. Then Jason hits Jason on a corner route, keeping both feet in bounds. 1 point convert. Average shows win 37-36 in OT.
Speaking of that sack on the convert, sacks on converts don't count as stats because I had people sending me stat corrections saying I got two sacks on converts, and I'm like, buddy, it's successful or unsuccessful to convert. There's no yards, there's no touchdown on it, there's no completion. You get the one or the two, that's it. You get a pick on the convert unless you return it for one or two. You're not getting any stats for that. That's
Hey,
how
don't
stat
worry,
hungry our league has gotten.
we got playoffs, baby. Ain't nobody care about stats. Playoff time and W's a W.
What was I gonna say? So I got a 46 to 36 final score in this one for average Joe's.
Okay, so a 10 point difference, but still a fairly close game.
I feel that average Joes are gonna always have that two possession lead. Double
Mm.
dippers are gonna score to make it one. Average Joes are gonna take the two possession lead again.
So you don't think Double Dippers will have an answer for Jason in that offense?
No.
Fair enough. Fair enough. They've been
Honestly, the only way average Joes lose this game is if they which could happen. Like they're not gonna get beat. They're gonna beat themselves.
mm, got to come in with a clear mind. They had to be emotional, right? Well, both the I mean, Average Joes are a very emotional team, but it's playoffs. Everyone comes emotional.
Did these guys play against each other last fall? Oh wow. Double dippers eliminated average Joe's last fall 39-38.
Holy cow! Saturday, November 2nd. I'm not sure I remember any of that game.
Well, we were playing at the same time. We
Oh
just
yes,
we,
that
we were
was
whooping
when.
rejects ass.
Yeah, that's that was when that was like a pick fest day in that game. But even though it was like a high scoring game,
Yeah, 9 total picks.
wow.
Why was Avery throwing?
Yeah, I remember Avery was Armonte hurt? Armonte got hurt? No, remember he got hurt late in the season.
Did he actually?
Yeah, but wasn't he playing receiver? Yeah, he was playing receiver. See?
What the hell?
Yeah, I remember it was a game against us. He was saying he was gonna take the timeout. Wow,
You shouldn't just get benched?
what?
You didn't get benched?
No. I remember he was having a problem with his throwing arm, and then
Oh, I think he got hurt in Laval. He had played for the Free team in Laval too, and he like overdid it that year.
something like that. Yeah,
Clearly,
I remember.
clearly playing
Yeah,
on one team this season helped.
preach. And
All
they just
right.
played this past weekend. Obviously, a different quarterback there with Dave throwing, but yeah, I don't know, Terry. I expect a closer game than you.
Yeah. Raw sauce, nice TDs.
Look,
Oh no.
the analysis of this game, sorry to cut you off, is like 8 seconds. Is Rossos can win this game, or they could lose this game by a lot, which honestly they probably should. Look, I said it as a joke earlier in the season, and I kind of meant it. Rossos can lose to and beat anyone in this entire league, Division 1 through 5, including women's. Um, this may be one of the games where Ludwig is on fire, like he was against Fins Up. I just think that the talent on nice TDs is just going to be too much, and I can't see nice TDs going one and done in the playoffs. I'm going to say nice TDs win this game 41-24, and it is not really that close.
Like Raw sauce have those impressive outings, right? And then they also have those games that they should have won and they ended up losing. It's just always like that for them. Like just beating Ducks by 4 points, for example, but then losing to Fins Up by 1 point. Um, I remember watching parts of this game against Nice Cities, and I don't know for what reason they just don't match up well against this team. Like, sometimes you're happy to play against a team where you think you have a chance. I think Raw Sauce against like Double Dippers or Average Joes, I would have given them a shot. But there's just something about that matchup against Nice Cities, and I don't think they match up well. I have Nice Cities winning this one 40-30. It seems close, but it's going to be like kind of like the other game. It'll be a two-score game most of the game, and then they'll be coming back with one score, and then Guillaume's going to hit Andrew for 45 yards and take a two-score lead again.
Well, I'll say one thing for Rossos is Gab Boucher and Yvonne need to stay on the field for every single play. For it's
Both ways.
both, yeah, every single
Yeah,
play. That means both ways. Like, it's great. You get this guy and that guy in, and oh, high five. You play 30% of the game. You get no. Is those two guys need to be playing the entire game, no matter what the score is. Plain and simple.
I agree. I
Thank you.
agree. So we do all the divisions besides Division One?
Uno.
Will we do all
Yeah.
the other ones?
What about Brossard?
Have we ever done Brossard?
Well, I thought we could throw it in for playoffs.
Well, it's not their playoffs yet.
Oh, that's true. Because JF would have given me crap if I didn't mention Brossard, so I thought I'd throw it out there.
So they said the word Brossard, so he checked that box. You're good.
We're good.
Did you watch that Thunder Buddy shoot behind you, or is it?
Oh, the shirt there? Or
Yeah,
did I watched it? My mom watched it. I mean, yes, it's watched. Bro, I swear when I came back from MFL Saturday, is I went like this with my shirts, and like there was like a pond. There was a pond like right in front of my bathtub. Like it actually didn't make any sense. Like it was as if I jumped in the swimming pool. And I had double header with Iron Wolf, so you can imagine how soaked the shirt was.
yeah. The pit
TMI,
stain was
TMI.
the pit stain was the whole shirt. There was
Okay,
no.
we're not talking about that.
Well, at least it didn't show. It didn't show because it was everywhere.
Oh yeah, exactly. It was like a one massive piss.
All right, we got Division One left.
Yeah,
Last but not least,
let's
the money
go.
division got cash up for grabs. People were
Oh, for
saying that
real,
it
good
maybe
reminder.
created more heat and more people being upset and intensity, but I beg to differ. I think everyone that has been intense in this division would have been just as intense had there been no money up for grabs.
Definitely agree.
So Outlaws finished 9-1. What else is new? Got one semifinal, actually one quarterfinal game this weekend. It's KLB. It's Iron Wolves playing to have the honor to face the Iron Wolves in the semifinals.
The honor of facing outlaws.
Yeah, the honor facing Outlaws in the semifinals. Idaho, the unit will be the other semifinal game. That one's already established. We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, okay, okay.
We'll talk about KLB, focus all our time on KLB Iron Wolves this week. Um, so at the end of the day, there were a bunch of forfeits that happened in this division, but everything would have been the same. Or no,
I
would
was looking
KLB have
at
had,
that. No, I think we would have played unit. No.
and KLB would have had to buy.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So the unit finally turned out better with the double forfeit situation than had it not been enforced. Like it was
Right.
to
So,
their advantage to getting the forfeit loss to Iron Wolves and the forfeit win to KLB. Had it then it would have only been like one, right?
right. So if there was no forfeits, it would have been KLB by and us unit in the play-in.
Because KLB would have been 6-4, tied with the unit, but they would have the head-to-head win, right?
Exactly.
And you would have been visitors in that game and not the home team.
Good. Okay, technically we got an advantage.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got the advantage because we got the win. Yeah.
So you guys faced off once this year.
Yeah, this past weekend.
Lots of back-to-backs, eh?
Poof. Hey, baby, can't make this stuff up.
So Arnold's KLB 4 against 5. You got your defending champs in the Arnolds facing off KLB. In this game, you were pretty good in this game.
Hey, it was like it was good Willie, bad Willie all season. That was good Willie. It was good Josh too.
It was not a 9 o'clock game, 9 a.m. game.
It was a 9 a.m.
It
game.
was a 9 a.m. game, so
Yeah,
you
it was
could
a
play at
9 a.m.
9 in the
game.
morning.
It's crazy. I got there like 8:56. My eyes were like
That was
at
because like jet lag, right? It kind of made it as if it was in the afternoon.
That's the thing. Look, sometimes it's better. You kind of don't expect much, but I think this was our best game of the season, both sides of the ball. I think it was more impressive defensively. Look, Ploug didn't throw any picks. He threw for 313 yards, so you'd say like he played with. I think Quinton, without exaggeration, had 6 PDs in this game. They were testing him with Valier and with Jeremy. Rightfully so. Those are two great receivers, but Quinton was absolutely everywhere in this game. It was nuts to see.
He has three in the stats, so I believe he had six.
Yeah, 3 in the stats. Yeah, I mean, like, and when somebody drops the ball and the defender's there, technically that's a PD too. But game ball goes to him, and Jonathan Larissa's 5 sacks. It was just our best game of the season on both sides of the football. Few uncharacteristic mistakes by KOLB that was surprising, but it's going to be a different KOLB team this weekend, right?
Like the not Flo's not throwing.
No, DeChesney's throwing.
That's confirmed.
That's confirmed. Well,
I did
unless they're trying to throw us off, but DeChesney
I did
doesn't
not
seem.
know that. That's breaking news to me. Flo's on vacation.
Plugged is, I believe, I actually have no idea, so I'm not going to make something up. But he won't be there. And Deschesney's going to be throwing, and there'll probably be 6. This is what I'm told. Who knows
Oh, they're
with
for sure starting to
Deschesney?
throw you off.
I
They're
know
gonna be
I'm pretty.
9. Flo's
They're going
gonna
to be 9.
throw.
Plugg's going to be there. Deschesney won't be there.
Was this
But
45 touchdown yard touchdown to Demario shake and bake by
oh,
Demario? Or was it a
it was like a
bomb?
2 yard hook.
For real?
Yeah, yeah, no, I didn't launch it. It was like a 2, or maybe like he caught it at like 8 yards, made 2 guys miss, and then brought it
Without
to the
dipping.
house without dipping. He did like a
Oh,
spin around the
we don't even need to bring the
Cinderella or
dip.
ballet
We don't
thing.
even need to bring the dip back.
That's what it is.
Was Valiant rushing in this game?
Yes, Valia rushed.
And he did not sack you a single time.
It was pretty surprised. I remember
You
the
should go
first.
play 649.
I know, and it's funny enough. I think Loristis and him are really close for rush of the year. What do you call it? Ferrari thingamajiggy there,
I don't
because I
think
think
so.
Loristis has played a game less because we were checking the stats afterwards.
You guys too? You got the stat bug from everyone?
Hey, Loristis mentioned it. That's all I'm gonna say. I
What do you
got I got to
mention?
have my boys back. Okay, it's 18-14. Okay, maybe a little yeah, a
Not as
little
close
closer
as you
than usual,
thought.
probably. But yeah. Um, but yeah, no,
It's close for in Valier terms. Usually
exactly
the second guy's like half of what he has.
right, right. But
You
no,
know who
just
could have gave him a run for his money if he would have played all the games?
who dat?
Lucas.
Yeah, for real. 410. Wow, he was on pace to get like over 20.
Yeah, 25 actually, right?
Wow, respect. And what's the record? 27
I think the record is currently being broken by Reg and Laval. I think it's a 25
for real.
or maybe even more.
Damn good stuff. But all that to say, this weekend I don't expect the same game. I don't think Poole will be there. That's the analysis, or I should say, early
These are
information I
28
got.
through 8 games.
Holy cow! So before you completely cut me off, I was saying that I'm not sure if it's true that Plouffe won't be there. My bet is he won't because they don't seem like good liars. KOLB, no matter who's there for KOLB, I don't expect a same type of game. It was one of their off games. It's the first time we played them this year, and it's actually the first time I've ever seen them play. Because usually I don't have the honor of reffing D1 games. But I expect it to be a different one. I expect it to be close, and both teams probably going to look a little bit different in this game.
Why would you guys look different?
But we have 3 guys that were not there this weekend that'll probably be there.
Any guys that were there that will not be there?
I don't think so.
That's not always good.
It's crazy because I know we're gonna have to. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to deal with sub rotation and all that stuff.
Because how many guys were you this weekend? One, two, three, four, five.
We're
You're only
6 for both
6?
games. 6 for both games.
Wow. No wonder you were dead with Thunder Buddies at the end of the day.
It was like, not even funny, but I couldn't walk.
Oh yeah, so now the sub situation is going to throw you guys off, eh? I think you should kind of post something in your team's group chat to let them know how the subs are going to work.
Yeah.
It's going to be chaotic at the field and it's going to create tension and then you guys are going to lose.
I'll DM you to try and figure that out because you're good at organizing that stuff.
Um, what do you want to add in this game?
Um, I think like what happened was is we just got up early and that seemed to kind of rattle KOLB, which is surprising because they have guys that have played in the league for a while, especially with Plo being the leader of this team. Uh, Honestly, I think like a game ball goes to Laricious last Quinton. It was just like being able to sack. Like I've never seen Plo get sacked so much in his life. Like yeah, there was a few coverage sacks, but John was just not missing and he was getting there quickly. And I think they were
He was
surprised that
cooking.
he was cooking. My boy was cooking. And I think like the main pieces, obviously minus Plug will be there for KLB from what I heard. I think the main thing is I expect this to be a much closer game this weekend.
Yeah. You're not gonna give a prediction, eh?
I can't. I'm gonna pull the Kevin on this one and say I can't make a prediction.
Lame. Um, I'm going with Arnold's in this game because I want to see an Arnold's Outlaws rematch.
True that.
I think it's gonna be very close. I don't know if Plourde or Chesney are gonna throw, but regardless who's throwing, I think it's gonna be very close. I think it's gonna be very high scoring. I got a 41 to 40 Arnold's win in this one.
For reals.
81 total points.
Hey, I like it. That's whether we win on three pick sixes or a bunch of safeties, I'll take it.
I feel we don't have much safer Division One, but that's all we got, right? Idaho unit. We're not gonna talk about it now.
True.
And then it's gonna be Outlaws against the winner of Arnold's KOB. Um,
Well, I'll throw this out to you, and you can be completely honest. Who do you think gives Outlaws a better run for their money if they win? Like, do you think Outlaws? What's the
what'd
the?
you say before that?
You can be completely honest,
Oh
like not
yeah,
just because it's Wolves Nation here. Who do you think Outlaws um, don't want to play, or you mean that the tougher matchup for Outlaws will be? Because
I
Outlaws
was thinking
KOP,
about that. I was thinking about that. The Outlaws only lost against the unit. I'd say the
they're 2-0
scariest
against
team.
us.
Sorry?
Sorry, they're 2-0 against us.
Yeah, they're only lost against the unit this season. I think the scariest team and like the most consistent team overall has still been Idaho by the margin of victories they've been having in the 438 total points. But I don't think Outlaws are scared by Idaho since they beat them twice. But I still think maybe Idaho puts more fear into every other team's eyes right now.
Hmm.
Maybe not with reason. Like I think maybe you should be more feared about Outlaws. But I think both Arnold's and KLB could pose a problem to Outlaws. I still think Outlaws would be the favorites in that game for sure. But I
Hmm.
think like an upset is possible, and I think both teams could pose a problem. Like obviously, Arnold's beat them in the finals last year. They're the defending champs. I think the last two seasons you guys beat them at least once per season, I believe, during the regular season. I know that Steve was not always there. Sometimes I don't know if you had missed games. Did you miss any other games past seasons?
I did. I'd missed the one game against them where Duchesne threw.
Yeah, yeah. Um, uh, so yeah, I think like both teams. I don't think either team scares them, but I think I'd say Arnold's a touch more just because of like the most recent championship loss was to them, right? And
Hmm.
losing to a team in the finals when I don't know. I guess Outlaws were slightly favored in that finals. Just goes to show that when you're playing the Arnolds and you're playing will-powered quarterback, like anything could happen, right? Even though you guys didn't have the season you would have wanted. Um, this year. I still think that it's literally any given Saturday. Like I truly believe that any one of the five teams can win the championship of Division One. Obviously, I think Outlaws and Idaho are the favorites to meet in the finals and have maybe the highest chance if I was a betting man. But I would not be surprised if like KLB beat Arnold's. I would be surprised if they beat Outlaws, but I don't think it's impossible.
Hmm. Yeah, and you kind of look at this like it's Outlaws definitely the favorite, but Unit, like you said, their only Outlaws only loss was to Unit, right? So it's not as if
Yeah,
Outlaws haven't lost. Idaho has
it's
been.
just one game, man. Like it just takes one game. Like
That's
it's not a best out
exactly.
of three. It's not a. And look, like you look at the differential because I feel differential is a pretty good statistic to give you like the strength of a team. And you see the unit Arnold's KLB are all between -8 and 17. So like basically even on their differential. Like they're scoring quite almost as many points as they're giving up. But you see Outlaws and Idaho are at plus 150 and plus 180. That's crazy in
Yeah.
a division that was like pretty close, right?
Yeah, it is. It's unbelievable. It's crazy to see how Unit are 6-4 and they're a -8. That's nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, we know the following weekend will be Idaho Unit, but we'll keep that to we'll keep that to
Already in the
next.
schedule.
And we're all at LeBaron this weekend, eh?
Yeah, so it's just close. Is that it for Division One?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, so I didn't want to say that in the Division One segment. We'll have the final remarks now. So like our kind of our outro. So yeah, we're all at LeBaron this weekend. We're all going to be at De La Vérendrye the second weekend of the playoffs, which will be all the semifinals. So LeBaron could be nice and beautiful for finals weekend, since we'll all be
Yes.
back at LeBaron for the finals.
Yes. Freaking go. Bold predictions. Don't think you're off the hook.
Oh, I didn't want to be out. I got mine during the first when we were talking about Division Five. I knew my bold prediction was going to be, and every division I wanted to say it, and I wanted to say it, and I wanted to say it, but I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And can I go first?
You may. You may. I pass it over to you. I'm glad to see this pumped up about bold predictions.
So we have five time slots this weekend. Sorry, six time slots this weekend because we have two rounds of Division Five games. We have the pre-quarters, followed by Division Five quarters. Then we have Division Three, Four, Two, and One. So you have six different time slots. Okay.
Yeah, got you.
There's three time slots with four games.
Okay,
Division Three quarters, Division Four quarters, Division Five quarters. I'll have four games
got
at the
you.
same time.
Got you.
Division Two has two quarterfinals. Division One has one quarterfinals, and then we have the pre-quarters with just two. So
Yeah, got you.
there'll be as little as one game going on at the same time, up to four games at the same time. In every single time slot of the day, at least one game is going to go into overtime.
Okay, so the one with one slot, obviously that game's going overtime.
Yes, but
Oh,
in
who's that
all
one
six
slot game?
slot, it's you guys against KLB, and I predicted a 41 to 40 final score.
Good call. So you knew what you were doing.
Of course I did.
Big dog. I like that. That's a good one, Terry. It's bold-ish, but I honestly have to say, of all the years of making playoff predictions, I think like you look at matchups, and it's probably the tightest point spread throughout every game.
Except for the teams that we said were going to get blown out.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, let's pull up that Double Dippers Average Joe's game
What
because
do you want
that's
to
the
pull
game.
up?
Well, I just so see it so I could visualize. I'm more of a visual type of guy. I said Average Joe's would win this game 37 to 36.
You said that?
Yeah, I said Average Joe's will win this game 37 to 36 in overtime. Um, with Average Joe's only scoring 6 points in the first half. So I think that Double Dippers
Come back, kids.
comeback season. I think Double Dippers will be up. So 26, 24. I think 24 to 6 at halftime. Double Dippers will be up. They'll be up by 18. I don't think they're going to take the foot off the gas because they have, a bunch of good leaders on that team. But I think Average Joes are going to be fired up. They're going to come bouncing and full with energy. And I think Average Joes are going to come out hungry and strong in the second half. I see Average Joes score 37 points and only score 6 in the first half, and they come back season against Double Dippers to move on.
You know what makes it pretty bold is that if they're getting crushed by that much in the first half, they're not the type of team to be not be out of their game, kind of thing.
They're like I said, it's an emotional roller coaster with
But
them,
they
and
definitely have the passion and the energy. So if they take all that passion, energy, and frustration
yeah,
and put it on the field, I definitely believe they could score 31 points in one half.
dude, the words were right out of my mouth.
Thank you.
Got you.
Good show, man. It's good to have you
Yeah,
back.
good stuff. Yeah, it's great to be back, man. Like I said,
Hopefully we get
Joe was
more
great
views than
filling
when
in on the phone.
I did the show with Valley Cat.
Yeah, well, great subs, eh? Valley Cat and Rosenfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Respect to those guys for filling in.
If we don't get as many views as we got with Valley Cat, I might have to replace you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's only fair. We'll
It's all
try
about
one.
the
We'll try one
what?
weekend, like me and Valley Cat and me and Max. Maybe we'll just break records.
Oh, with pleasure. You want to do? Can I take the week off? Please.
What, please, bro? You love doing the show. Don't be ridiculous.
It's all about the rating. It's all about the ratings. Whatever the public wants. We only do this for the players.
Yeah, well said. But yeah, playoffs this weekend, man.
Yeah.
Do we know the weather?
Uh, Too early to
Honestly, no, I
tell.
don't. I don't like checking, anyways.
Yeah.
We got to post that meme where the Colts coach meme
Oh
playoffs.
yeah. You want to post it?
Yeah, but you're better at that, so I'll let you do it.
All right. Well, good show. See you guys on Saturday. Bring your A game.
Let's go. Playoffs, baby. Let's get it. Come on now. Don't fool around. Let's go.